I recorded her without asking. I turned her pain into content. I told myself it was just a story. What I didn't expect. She would change everything about who I am. My name is Jenna. I am 29 years old. And this is the most honest thing I have ever said out loud. I was a content creator, always chasing the next emotional hook. My producer Daniel kept pushing me. Find real people, real pain, real tears. That's what gets clicks. So I found Margaret. She was 68, sitting alone on her porch every afternoon. Her son hadn't visited in over a year. She fed stray cats and waved at neighbors who barely waved back. I knocked on her door with a camera already rolling. She invited me in without hesitation, made me coffee, brought out cookies she had baked that morning. She talked about her late husband, her grandchildren she rarely saw, the birthday cards she still sent. Even when none came back, I asked questions designed to make her cry. She did, quietly, with dignity, the kind of crying that makes you feel ashamed for being in the room. I posted the video that night, titled it, Forgotten by Her Own Family, the Loneliest Woman on Maple Street. 4 million views in 48 hours. Daniel called, screaming with excitement. I should have felt great. I felt sick. 3 days later, a comment stopped me cold. Someone had tagged Margaret's daughter, Rachel. Within hours, Rachel had found me. She called my personal number. Her voice was completely calm, which was somehow worse than anger. She said, "Do you know why I haven't visited my mother?" I said nothing. She said, "I had a double mastectomy 8 months ago. I didn't tell her because I didn't want her to worry." The room went quiet around me. She said, "My mother has been sending me cards every week through my neighbor because she knew I wasn't checking my mailbox. She never told anyone. She just kept sending them." I put my hand over my mouth. She said, "You called her the loneliest woman on Maple Street. She is the strongest woman I have ever known." I took the video down that same hour. 4 million views. Gone. I drove to Margaret's house the next morning. No camera, no microphone, just me on her porch with nothing to offer. She opened the door and looked at me. Then she said, "Come in, coffee is hot." I told her everything, the strategy, the title, the 4 million views. She listened without interrupting. Then she said, "Jenna, lonely and alone are two very different things. I was never lonely. I was just waiting." I left her house, a different person. Some stories are not content. Some people are not characters. And some lessons you only learn when you sit across from someone you have wronged and they offer you coffee anyway. Subscribe to Story Nation, because the most powerful stories are the ones that change the person telling them.